Welcome to another episode of Unbelievable Top 10. Today we're diving into history, exploring 10 daring escapes that succeeded against all odds. Every now and then, ordinary individuals find themselves in extraordinary situations that demand courage, ingenuity, and sheer audacity. History is replete with tales of daring escapes, each one a testament to human resilience and the indomitable will to survive. These escapes aren't just thrilling stories, they offer intriguing insights into the human spirit, the lengths people will go to secure their freedom, and the ingenious strategies they employ. From prison breaks to hostage situations, these tales of escape are sure to keep you on the edge of your seat. Prepare to be amazed as we unravel these 10 ingenious escapes. First off, we travel back to 1963, when East German soldier Wolfgang Engels attempted to cross the Berlin Wall by stealing an armored personnel carrier. Next, fast forward to 1973, when Dwight Worker outsmarted Mexican prison guards by dressing up as a woman. Then we move to 1995, where a group of Russian nationals held captive by the Taliban in Afghanistan used their ingenuity and courage to overpower their guards and escape. The new millennium brought more daring escapes. In 2010, Brian Alexic, caught with a cocktail of illegal items in Los Angeles, managed to secure his freedom through a plea deal. And let's not forget the brave 9-year-old Willie Myrick, who in 2014 escaped a kidnapper in Atlanta by singing a gospel song for 3 hours straight. Finally, we delve into the notorious escapades of James Earl Ray, the man who assassinated Martin Luther King Jr. Ray escaped from prison twice, once by hiding in a bread box, and another time by scaling a fence. Now that we've set the stage, let's dive deeper into each of these remarkable stories. Our journey begins in the early 20th century, where we find our first escape artist. The first escape we'll delve into involves James Earl Ray. This man, who is infamously known for assassinating Martin Luther King Jr., managed to escape from prison not once but twice. His first escape was ingeniously executed by hiding in a bread box, and his second involved a daring climb over a prison fence. Despite these escapes, Ray was eventually caught and died in prison in 1998. Next, we travel to 1973, where we find Dwight Worker. This man managed to smuggle cocaine from Peru to the United States by concealing it in a cast on his arm. When he was caught and imprisoned in Mexico, Worker didn't give up. Instead, he orchestrated a daring escape by dressing up as a woman and walking right out of the prison. Our third escape story takes us to Los Angeles in 2010 with Brian Alexic. Arrested with drugs, forged passports, weapons, and counterfeit money, Alexic was a man in deep trouble. However, he managed to secure his freedom through a plea deal, effectively escaping the full weight of the law. Next up, we have an escape story that's both daring and heartwarming. In 2014, 9-year-old Willie Myrick was kidnapped in Atlanta. However, Willie managed to escape by singing a gospel song for 3 continuous hours, which frustrated his kidnapper to the point of releasing him. Finally, we have a group of Russian nationals who were held hostage by the Taliban in Afghanistan in 1995. Allowed to work on their plane, these individuals utilized this opportunity to overpower their guards and make a daring escape. As we can see, these daring individuals used their wit and courage to overcome seemingly impossible situations. Moving forward in time, our next escapees continue to display remarkable resolve and ingenuity. Let's take a leap to 1973, where we meet Dwight Worker. This audacious fellow smuggled cocaine from Peru to the US by hiding it in a cast on his arm. When he was caught and imprisoned in Mexico, he didn't lose hope. Instead, he hatched an ingenious plan and escaped by disguising himself as a woman. We then move on to James Earl Ray in the late 20th century. This man, infamous for assassinating Martin Luther King Jr., escaped from prison not once but twice. His first escape was achieved by hiding in a bread box, and in his second attempt, he made a daring climb over a fence. Despite his eventual capture, his audacious escapes make for quite the story. In 2010, we encounter Brian Alexic in Los Angeles. Arrested with drugs, forged passports, weapons, and counterfeit money, Alexic used a plea deal to secure his release. His escape from the clutches of the law, though less dramatic, is still a testament to his cunning. Fast forward to 2014, where we find Willie Myrick, a 9-year-old boy. He was kidnapped in Atlanta, but turned the tables on his captor by singing a gospel song for 3 hours. His non-stop singing so annoyed the kidnapper that he was eventually set free. Lastly, in 1995, we have several Russian nationals held hostage by the Taliban in Afghanistan. Allowed to work on their plane, they seized the opportunity to overpower their guards and make their escape. Their daring breakout is a testament to the power of collective action and determination. These stories further demonstrate the extraordinary lengths people can go to when their freedom is at stake. Each of these escapes tells a story of human determination and ingenuity. They are not just thrilling tales of daring do, but testimonials to the boundless human spirit, the innate will to survive, and the creative genius of the mind under pressure. Consider the story of Dwight Worker, who smuggled cocaine in a cast on his arm. When he was caught and imprisoned, he didn't give up. Instead, he used his creativity to come up with a plan, dressing as a woman to escape from a Mexican prison. It's an unconventional solution, but one that speaks to the lengths humans will go to when survival is at stake. Then there's the case of the Russian nationals held hostage by the Taliban. They were allowed to work on their plane, and they seized this opportunity to overpower their guards and escape. This feat required not just physical power, but also mental strength and strategic thinking. It's a reminder of how ingenuity and resilience can triumph over adversity. The story of Willie Myrick, the 9-year-old boy who was kidnapped in Atlanta, is another testament to resilience. He managed to escape by singing a gospel song for 3 hours, which angered his kidnapper. This shows us that even in the face of fear, humans can find unique ways to assert their will to live and their desire for freedom. The attempt of Wolfgang Engels, an East German soldier, to cross the Berlin Wall by ramming it with a stolen armored personnel carrier, though unsuccessful, is still significant. It serves as a symbol of the human yearning for liberty and the lengths we are willing to go to achieve it. These escapes are more than just stories. They are reflections of our human nature. They showcase our survival instincts, our ability to think creatively in the face of adversity, and our resilience. They demonstrate that when faced with life-threatening situations, our desire for freedom can drive us to accomplish seemingly impossible feats. These escapes remind us of the indomitable spirit of humanity and our innate desire for freedom. From astonishing prison breaks to daring hostage escapes, these stories have shown us how resourceful and determined humans can be when faced with challenging situations. We've traveled through time and across continents, from the streets of Los Angeles to the hostile territories of Afghanistan, unraveling tales of audacious escapes that succeeded against all odds. We've witnessed the cunning of Brian Alexic, who outwitted law enforcement with his forgeries, and the endurance of Dwight Worker, who turned a cast into a covert vessel for smuggling. We've admired the defiance of James Earl Ray, who found freedom twice, and the courage of young Willie Myrick, who used the power of song to save his own life. We've seen the tenacity of Russian nationals who converted their captivity into an opportunity, and the daring of Wolfgang Engels, whose failed attempt to cross the Berlin Wall still echoes as a symbol of resistance and hope. Each escapee, in their own unique way, has demonstrated the indomitable spirit of mankind. These escapes are more than thrilling anecdotes. They're a testament to the power of human ingenuity and determination. They remind us that people can rise to the occasion, no matter how dire the circumstances. They prove that with resourcefulness, courage, and a dash of audacity, we can defy the odds and carve our own paths to freedom. Thank you for joining us on this journey through history. If you enjoyed this video, please subscribe to Unbelievable Top 10 for more fascinating stories.